We are live. Bet Like Mike show, windailysports.com. By the way, sign up windailysports.com. We have a great promo going on. Just use the coupon use the promo code NFL 2021. You can get $100 off a 6-month membership. But Mike North, how are you? Happy Wednesday.
Well, I tried to warn everybody. I said yesterday, as soon as everybody, I'm feeling good, Johnny, by the way. Johnny J.
That's good. I'm not.
Well, I understand. You got shut down yesterday, like I got shut down the day before. I tried to tell everybody yesterday, we give them information on the show. That's why it's the best and the fastest 20 minutes in all of Radio Free Europe. I don't care what you talk about. Armed Forces Radio. We're way ahead of the curve here. But I will tell everybody that I said, the last 14 days, 71% of the favorites had won. Well, guess what? Yesterday, I take Arizona. Yesterday, I take a couple dogs. They end up winning. I take the under in the Philly game. That works out. So I go 3-0. So it's a cautionary tale of, as soon as somebody starts noticing the trend, that's when the trend will start going the other way.
Yep.
So, John, I know you had a rough day, but you've been holding your own with me while I was struggling. So that's what we do here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have some picks at the end of the show. But the one thing I wanted to go over was my buddy wasn't here when the White Sox played the Field of Dreams game against the Yankees. It was an excellent game. I want to get your impressions. I'll tell you what mine were afterwards. I've made them sort of public, but I don't know if you knew about them. You're on vacation. You're out of town. But let me know what you thought of the game, John.
It was excellent. I would like to give credit to the person who said this, but it was the first time that Major League Baseball in a long time made something special out of a game. And this could be, it's not just Field of Dreams, but make it, every Sunday, make the broadcast that special. They were doing so many tricks, camera work, and making the broadcast special and making it feel like it was an important regular season game, which that hasn't been felt in a long time. It was amazing. It was a job well done. Baseball hasn't done a great job in the past decade or so, but that game was spectacular. That was great.
Baseball is still the second greatest profitable sport in all of professional sports, folks. So I know we talk about how they got to do this. Maybe it's an older crowd. Believe me when I tell you this, they beat World Series games. The tickets were going for $3,000, where World Series tickets go for less sometimes and stuff like that. The only thing I brought up, John, that I didn't like, they disregarded the women like it was 1920. Amy Madigan, nobody mentioned her. Nobody mentioned Gabby Hoffman, who was the little girl that fell off the bleachers. Without those two people that held the movie together, and, it was all about Burt Lancaster, Kevin Costner.
Yeah, he was the big one. That's all.
But I mean, have Amy Madigan just wave from the porch. Yeah. Wave from the porch or turn the lights on. They should have had her turn the lights on like in the movie. So that's the only thing I didn't like about it. But as usual, Major League Baseball is going to screw this up. They're going to have the Cubs play Cincinnati next year.
Oh, why? I hate that. I feel like it should be the White Sox game.
It's got to be the White Sox. They started this thing. It was inspired by Shoeless Joe. Rob Manfred, as usual, like our government, making bad decisions of late. Okay, as far as the 7 innings and the 10th inning with the runner on second. But I mean, this should be like the Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving Day. It's been penciled in since 1934.
Yes.
Folks.
Yeah.
That's what it's got to be. It should be the White Sox. I don't care about the other ball players we all want to play in at one time. Too bad. The only time you got to play the American League if you were in the National League back in the day was either in the All-Star game or if you made the World Series. Otherwise, if you were in the National League, you never played in Yankee Stadium, and you were a pro. So that had to hurt. But you can't please everybody, and I just think it takes the aura a little bit off the game, John, by not having the White Sox in it.
It has to be the White Sox. It has to be the White Sox every year. I agree with you in the way that like Detroit has to have it. I just don't understand it. I truly don't.
I don't understand. These people get together and they think the Cincinnati Reds. Now it's not about
the Reds and the Cubs. I don't know. I guess the Cubs are an historic, but it just doesn't. It's a weird.
Next year they won't be. No. And I'm going to tell everybody this: it's a bad look. It's not like you need them to draw. It's only going to hold 8,000 every year, and it's Iowa people mostly. So the nonsensical nonsense that I've been hearing about this is a White Sox property, man. Whether you like it or not, whether New York likes it or not, whether Madison Avenue likes it or not, this is Shoeless Joe Jackson, Ray Liotta, Shoeless Joe. You know, the fixed World Series, 1919, the aura, the uniform should be back. Socks. They should wear those all the time, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely. I'm just, when I heard that, I said, they can even screw this up. Okay? You know, I mean, seriously. Okay, so next year we watch Joey Votto run out of the corn. Okay, fine. You know what I mean? And we're going to watch, we'll watch Wisdom, Jim run out, the third base.
Well, that was the one thing that I felt was the greatest part. Because in the Field of Dreams, like, yeah, all of those players coming out of the corn, that's like a big part of the movie. And it's,
Right,
these
cool.
legendary players, but these players walking out, it had that feeling again, like these players, even just in that present moment, felt legendary and felt like they were part of, a big, rich history of Major League Baseball. Like Tim Anderson, Jose Abreu, Eloy Jimenez are all going to be part of that. Stanton, Aaron Judge, like that was awesome to see. That was incredibly
It's
cool.
a come down next year to me.
Yeah, it unfortunately will be.
I'm going to tell everybody this. I'll make the prediction already. It won't do the numbers it did this year.
No, it will not. No,
it
absolutely
will not.
No.
I mean, you know what? Been there, done that now. It was special with the White Sox. They're going to be a dominant team for 10 years. Why would you knock them right out?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. Okay, so now, Tim Tebow, gone. Okay. I had nothing against him going, and Urban Meyer is mainly where he's at because of some of the exploits of Tim Tebow. I didn't have a problem with Tim Tebow trying to play. He's trying to play a position that he didn't know, wasn't really into. He was half-assed sometimes on his blocking. It seemed to me that he was undersized, but Urban Meyer gave him the opportunity. I applaud him. I applaud Urban Meyer. I applaud Tim Tebow for trying. He doesn't give a rat's ass what people think, John. But at the end of the day, I always thought he could be a second or third quarterback. I still believe that in an emergency situation. He's won a playoff game. I don't care if he threw a 1-yard pass or 2-yard pass. Peyton Manning didn't play all that well in Denver Super Bowl, and he was at the end. I'm not saying that Tebow's Manning, but I thought Tim Tebow was a guy that could have played out of the not the wishbone, but out of the shotgun at times if you needed something. I think there's more to this story. I think Tim Tebow, I think people that say, well, Tebow wears Christ on his sleeve have a legitimate beef, maybe, with some people saying we don't need that in our locker room. That being said, what did you think about the experiment? It was sort of like Urban Meyer saying, thanks for everything.
Yeah, I have no problem with Tebow like trying it out and saying, "Hey, I want to be a tight end." That's fine. I guess I have a problem with Urban Meyer even bringing him on because, like, you have to be realistic about the situation. If you tried him out, you would have noticed in the first everything you just said about Tebow. You could have realized in the first 5 minutes of him working out, he can't block and he's undersized. He can't play tight end, so they should have noticed that. I mean, it would have been great. Hey, he tried out. We didn't think it was going to work, but I don't know, to do the charade of him trying even one preseason game and knowing, yeah, that was just brutal. I don't know.
Found it out he didn't try out at quarterback. I mean, Urban Meyer.
Well, he would have had a better shot, right? Because he played the position. Yeah.
And he played the position. The guy that brought him around says, hey, listen, I'm going to really pay you back. You took care of me. We'll put you at tight end. No, you played quarterback. You won a national championship. So, I was sort of surprised by that. He played. He was a duck out of water. He's over with now. It's time for him to find something else to do. The minor league thing fizzled out.
Just have a nice, cushy broadcasting career. It just have fun with your life instead of trying all these sports. It's just, I think this is the end of it.
He's like almost like Pete Rose. Only he's not a gambler. He just needs to play.
Right.
Even if he's good or bad.
He's just addicted to playing trying any sport and play. Yeah.
Oh, I guarantee you, I'm not, I don't know if arena football's still around, but I'm not counting him out. For him.
Hey, XFL's coming back in a couple of years. Tim Tebow can go to that.
That's right. Let's see what happens and find out. Okay. Chris Bassett, Oakland. I like him. He's a battler. I know that back in the day, they used to teach pitchers when you are done throwing, you get like this, but the ball and the men are stronger now. I don't want no changes in baseball. Uh, you know how this country is about everything. If one bad thing happens, then they may change everything. Like a few people in the stands who got hurt or some, possibly killed. They put netting all over the place. I don't think it's going to change. But when you wake up in the morning, you see a guy got hit in the face. I remember a guy named Herb Score in 1957, pitched for the Cleveland Indians, was a phenom. Ended up pitching for the Chicago White Sox. Look him up, folks. Herb Score, Wikipedia. Got hit in the eye with a line drive. That was the end of his career. He tried to save it with the White Sox. Still was a decent pitcher, but never was the star. So this is nothing new, but it just gives you a daily reminder that the pitching position is probably as dangerous a position at times as any position in sports.
Yeah. It could be. I mean, that's the dangerous thing. It hits you in the head the wrong way, and unfortunately, it can be really damaging at times, and look, probably even fatal at times. It's disturbing. Like after that video, I think it is very reactionary. Like, how do we not have this happen again? Because that video was absolutely disturbing when I watched it. But
there's risks on every job, John. You agree,
right? And
if
I guess there's no easy solution
worker,
to it either. Like I don't know what the solution would be.
Well, there is none. If you're a construction worker and you fall to your death, they're not calling off the construction. They'll try to put in more safety things, but I think as far as construction goes, they've probably done everything they can. If you fall, they're not going to put a wide net off across the whole block and you're going to land, below. But I remember there's a place called Marina City here in Chicago where Wendella Walenda walked between the buildings, Chicago this year. Marina City, great, ahead of its time. 13 guys got killed building the thing. So it's a round building. And you've seen it all on TV, folks. If you've seen Chicago downtown, there's 2 round buildings. 13 guys got killed building that building in the 60s. So there's risk to every job. But when you think of baseball, you don't think of it. You don't think that it's a risky job. But last night reminded us of that. I hope the guy's okay. I know.
Yeah, from the latest update, broke a bone in his cheek, but for the most part seems okay. So that's good.
Yeah.
But it's disturbing that I guess those conversations are had because it just, I guess in my mind is like, how do we stop that? How do we keep that from happening? But then you talk about it, you try and reason, what would be the solution? And I guess it's hard to come up with a solution. Like I don't know. Right. I don't know what that would be. Like you can't put a net in front of them. I guess you could put like helmets on them, but I don't know if that's really feasible or something.
You got a glove. You got a glove to defend yourself with. You got to hope it happens. Look, this happens like 10, 12 times a year. And 11 of those times you see the guy get out of the way or the mitt blocks it. He blocked it with his mitt. Or, the ball goes off his foot into the shortstop for an easy out. And you forget about it. But those are times that if the ball's hit a little higher, hit a little lower, it could be more. But, I mean, it's precise. You're that far away. You're still far away, but to get hit right there, you have reactionary time. Sometimes it's your follow through. Sometimes you just don't have the time.
Yeah.
But it is a reminder that, you could still get killed or close to be killed playing any one of our 4 major sports. I mean, seriously, think about that. From football, where I've seen guys paralyzed. I saw Chuck Hughes die on the football field when Detroit played the Bears with Dick Butkus and the guys back in the day. I've seen Wayne Mackey. I mean, from hockey, you see the so.
Yeah, I mean, there's a sport where guys play with blades on their feet. That to me seems a little dangerous.
Stick in their hand.
Yeah,
but they got a plastic helmet. I mean, when I think that for instance, when in the 50s, late 50s, early 60s, they didn't wear baseball helmets. They wore their hats.
Right.
Ernie Banks wore his hat up the bat. When he won MVP in 50s, look at the film, folks. There ain't no helmets on their head. Look in the 60s. There's no masks on the goalies' faces.
Even in football, those leather helmets weren't helmets. They might as well have just been wearing nothing.
But they didn't launch themselves at each other because of that. If you're wearing a leather helmet and you're Jack Tatum, you're not launching yourself into somebody because you're going to get hurt.
You're more reluctant to,
You're more reluctant to do that. So, all Unbelievable. But anyway, my friend, I digress. Boy, we got a lot of content in 15 minutes. And
Yes,
then,
we did.
man, we
did.
just kept rolling today. Just keep rolling. We got 5 minutes left. Okay. Since I went 3-0 last night, but I only have one game today, John. The board to me, very thin. I could take a chance on another game, but I said, nah, I'm going to go with one game. So you could start off if you'd like, my friend.
Yeah, I think I'm going to start off with the Angels. A guy by the name of Tariq Skubal, who's pitching for the Tigers. He's been good. He's actually had 11 shutout innings in his last 2 starts.
Going up against Otani, who's down to 270 hitting right now.
He's also down to a 2.93 ERA and a 7.1 record who's on the mound. He's been great. So I think Skubal, the thing with him, he's given up a lot of home runs. Angels are 12th in home runs this season. They're 10th hitting against left-handed pitching all season. So I do think they get to him. I think that shutout inning streak kind of ends for Skubal, and I like the Angels at minus 130 tonight.
Okay, that's a pretty good one. Now, I think I got this right. The New York Yankees tonight playing, and they're favored minus 115. You got Heaney, who stinks. Another stinky pitcher, folks.
Stinky.
7-8 with a 5.78 against Pivetta, who's pretty reliable, but his ERA is 4.20. It's not like you're 9-5 with a 3.14 ERA. You're 9-5 with a 2.93, like we were just talking. He's got a 4.20 ERA. I like the Yankees tonight. I think they're starting to turn it on a little bit. They had a pretty good.
Yes, they are.
The White Sox. I'm going to take them against the White Sox tonight, minus the 115, my friend.
So I see a bit of a short line, I think, for the Giants and Mets game. And why I'm going to take this is because DeSclafani has been regressing a little bit, but I think now could be a bounce back spot because the Mets are legitimately one of the worst offenses, one of the 2 or 3 worst offenses in all of baseball.
Were they supposed to pitch the other night?
I think so. So I don't know.
You're a big fan of his.
Yes, I like DeSclafani. Now, he's been regressing. He certainly has had, a great season, but been regressing a bit.
3.29, not too bad.
Not too bad, though. And I think this is a really good spot here that he can get back on track against the Mets. Their lineup is awful. And the Giants are great. Like, the Mets are reeling, and the Giants have been still the best team in baseball. So I like the Giants tonight, minus 150. I think it's a price worth taking.
I like that one, too, but I'm only going with the one again. You have anything more, my friend?
I was looking at a few others.
All right. Cool. We need you tonight.
The Phillies, I got the first 5 on the run line, but that's with a half a run on the run line. So they have to win by a run or more. It can't be, I'm taking the risk of it.
Minus 0.5.
Right. There can be no push. They just have to outright win the first 5 innings. I think they do, though. They didn't really do well last night, but I think the lineup bounces back. But Ranger Suarez has been unbelievable. And he pounds the strike zone. He works quick. There is going to be a pitch limit on him, but he can go 4 or 5 innings. And I think they're working towards that.
ERA.
Yeah, he is. He's been fantastic. He's been in and out of the bullpen in the starting rotation. He's been excelling in every spot. I like Suarez tonight against the Diamondbacks lineup, and I think the Phillies do win the first 5 innings.
Okay, anything else, Handsome?
No, I think that's it for me. There are a couple of big money lines out there today. Like looking at the Reds, minus 335 for the Reds, and I think that's more because of the Cubs and how bad they are. Oh. Now there is one spot I know.
Game yesterday after a 12-game losing streak. Right. What a disaster! What an unmitigated disaster.
They're just horrible.
Can I just say this? They're the Afghanistan of Major League Baseball. How's that?
They're bad. I'm also going to look at, because everybody was taking a note of Jake Arrieta, speaking of the Cubs, taking note of Jake Arrieta being on the mound for the Padres. I don't see it yet. I would have to look, but just take a look at the Colorado Rockies team total, and if it's the right price,
I think it's 13 or 14 or something.
That's the total for the game. I think the total, the team total for the Rockies. Yeah. Okay. The team total runs
for the team.
Yeah, is 6.5 or plus 100. That's a lot, but I would look into it a little bit. I would do it with caution because Arrieta could come out here and do fine, but he's been getting crushed lately, and I think everybody's kind of waiting for him to get crushed again tonight in Coors Field.
Wow, be careful. Yeah, I mean, people get crushed in Coors Field all the time.
And Arrieta's been getting crushed in every ballpark, so I imagine Coors Field will be no different.
You know what, though, and I'm going to let everybody know this. I scolded everybody in Chicago earlier this week. Without him they don't win in 2016. So when people are beating
Oh
up
yeah.
Jake Arrieta, I want them always to remember he won the Cy Young. He did what he was supposed to. Unlike other guys, he was the main pitcher even when we had John Lester. John Lester was consistent, but we needed a man, and he was the man. He doesn't have it anymore. We saw it in Philly.
He was not great. Yeah, I was about to say my experiences with Arrieta are not very good.
Well, I mean, that's like saying my experiences with Babe Ruth when he was on the Boston Braves.
Right. It's very true.
Over.
Yes.
Yeah, that's when it's over. Hey, Babe hit 3 home runs in his last day. Yeah, there's a reason it was his last day, okay? All right, John. Good job as always, man. Folks, take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed the picks. So long.